So DJ Khaled, how would you describe Charlie Walsh?
Legend, legend.
I called right at the end, bro, told me we won. Yo, Antonio got a motherfucking tap in because Harry Kane's a pussy hole. Ha ha. Fuck them spuds. Take some of that, you dig? Yo, I try to call you during the game. I try to have bro do a little triple. But it ain't work because this dummy got the fucking Buffale phone plan and he can't make international calls. But he gonna sort that out. Once he sort that out, I'm gonna plug in with you, B. Yo. Big up everybody, man. So happy, right? Yo, when I get back to my cell, I'm gonna make a fucking big ass brick Jack Mac with the pickles, with the fucking chips, with the everything, you heard? With a little sazon packet for the season. Yeah, you know it. But hey, man's happy to the motherfucker right now that we beat them spuds. And bro, don't put in the bet for me on the gambling account. We up all the way. You heard? Listen, don't nobody worry about me, man. The general's straight. I'm in here with the bros, with the twins. Listen, CB fine. Don't worry about me. Don't lose no sleep over me. My commissary on swole. Yo, they got mans in the kitchen. That's my little jobby job. So I get a little extra grub and things. They only pay a motherfucker like 15, 20 cents a day. Ain't that some bullshit? But yo, it don't matter. It helped me pass the time. But yo, it's all love. I want to give a shout out to the homie Titch. And I hope his channel's popping. Yo, shout out to Atlas, Bex, Walsh, yo. Now, of course you, Peach, you my brother, man. Bro done told me you done big me up like every motherfucking day singing this shit. Yo, don't get knocked, don't get pinched drinking the motherfucking ciders out in the block, you heard? Put them shits in a coffee cup like I taught you, man. Don't be out there getting pinched for no fucking ciders. Who else? Who else? Uncle Wally World, Uncle Neil, Uncle Kieran. Hey, Uncle Kieran over there in Australia. Good eye, mate. You know what?
I'm just enjoying myself, you know. I have to say, actually, you were quite when I first time I appeared on Random with yourself and Kieran and that. I actually felt that you were quite a calming influence on me.
Yeah.
Like while I was on camera, because you're pretty cool. You're pretty calm on camera. You know, you're comfortable with it, and it made me feel comfortable.
Yeah. He knows that I mean that genuinely as well. So yeah, big up everybody. Big up everybody that tunes into West Ham Random. Those people in there are, you know, it's obviously a small channel. They're very loyal. They get involved in the comments. And you know, it's West Ham Random is it is a random channel, but
So DJ Khaled, how would you describe Charlie Walsh?
Legend, legend. That took so long, I've got to go now, Clive. I can't hear nothing.
My microphone was muted. Can you hear me now?
Got you now, brother.
Right.
Where's he gone?
Right. Okay. Well, good evening. No, good morning from the UK and from Australia. I suppose it would be Kieran.
Afternoon now, boy.
Afternoon from Australia. There we are.
Just
So
after 12 o'clock, isn't it?
yeah. So we are hosting this show for Peach as he's not feeling too great.
Oh,
Unfortunately, as we all know, I don't know how many people are watching at the moment, but as we know, Peach has had the COVID and also a touch of the pneumonia afterwards. So he's not been feeling great. So he's asked us to host the show for him so that he can relax and chill out. He's in the background. He'll be putting up comments and stuff. So, yeah, we're just going to be hosting it for him. How you feel about that then, Kieran?
all right, but he never told me. He just said, "Would you come on?" So
Oh, gosh.
he's
So
random.
it looks like I'm directing the show again then.
You're a fucking prime director, mate. Shoot.
Oh, my God. Just call me
You're-
Jeff Stelling.
Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so the title of the show, probably won't get this right word for word, is the 2006 FA Cup final, Revenge against Liverpool. So obviously we're going to be pointing ourselves towards tomorrow's game at the London Stadium. Now, Kieran, at first, look at it on paper and it looks pretty tough game.
It does.
I think that they're going to be coming here to the London Stadium and they are going to be a little more than concerned about what West Ham are going to turn up. Now, it's been quite often recently that some of the bigger teams have underestimated us over the last couple of seasons, and we've surprised them. Look at what we did with Man City the other night in the Carabao Cup. We did the same thing with Man United 3 days after getting beaten by them. So teams are not taking us lightly anymore. What kind of lineup would you like to see against Liverpool tomorrow then, Kieran? Give me an idea what you'd like to see.
Yeah, we'll go back to our usual, mate. We'll go back to our Premier League team. I don't think that anything will change. Apart, Johnson will still keep Soufal out. Because I think
I hope so.
after watching Soufal the other night, he just didn't look match fit. He
No.
looked. I couldn't believe it because he normally got an engine, but he looked a bit slower. He looked a bit tardy. So yeah, I think Johnson keeps his place, and the same team that we all know will take the field. There won't be any changes in that.
No.
But like I said, I don't think any Premier League manager is going to take us lightly. They'd be fools, wouldn't they? That's why they're good managers. They're not taking us lightly. Klopp for sure won't be taking us lightly. But I think he'll start really fast, really quick. He'll come at us and he'll try and win that game in the first 25 minutes and really put us under it. So we've got to hold out. I really see them coming at real quick. And they'll be chasing, harrowing, and coming down them flanks.
Who do you see man marking Salah, for example?
He's a tough one, isn't it, mate? We've got Cresswell on the left, haven't we? And God, I mean, the worrying part about Salah, when he tore, was it Watford players in the box, and he just skipped past about 5 of them. You think, all right, it's Watford, but he done it against Man City as well.
Yeah,
he just made him look average, didn't he? And we've got Cresswell.
So, and he makes everybody look average, though, Kieran.
He does. He does. It doesn't matter how good.
I mean,
he can make you look.
I'll tell you what. I reckon that Van Dijk is probably thanking the Lord right now for being on the same team as him, because I would imagine that 80% of the world would put Van Dijk in the top 3 defenders in the world.
Oh, that.
You know, and Salah being probably in the top 3 strikers in the world or attacking players in the world. So you know, he probably happy that he's not up against, you know, Salah. Give us an idea then of what kind of Liverpool then we're going to be looking at. You do that. I'm going to quickly check this chat. Go for it.
I really don't think it matters who they put out because I think they've got every. I've heard that there's someone saying in the chat yesterday that Firmino might be injured, and that might be the only casualty they've got. So they've got a hell of a choice to put in there. You know, Thiago and that fucking Jota. Jeez, man. Oh, but yeah, the thing about Matt, the trouble is, the more I watch Liverpool, right, the more you see that how they get so many people forward. It's because they let Arnold and Robertson just tear down the wings. They push everyone back, and they just leave really sort of that Matip and Van Dijk or whoever Van Dijk's partnering. They just leave them as a 2 defending. They've only got 2 defenders really when they've got the ball. They just keep coming with you. The way to play,
you know,
get Arnold and Robertson back. If we push them back,
but they've got the pace to do that.
We need to push them back and stop. You know, otherwise we're just going to end up sitting so deep that it's just going to be an onslaught, complete onslaught.
Yeah, well, I think
can't drop. We've got to come up with a way of doing it. I'll tell you what. When Brighton went 2-0 down against them last week, they just decided to go for it, and it changed the game. They pushed Liverpool back. They became dangerous. Robertson and Arnold were back trying to defend, and I don't think Arnold's a greater player as he is. He's not a good defender.
No,
he's a weak point when you're pushing him back to defend. But going forward, he's just second to none.
Yeah. 1 second, Kieran. Hello, Wally World. If you're still in the chat, nice of you to pop in. Sorry you can't stay, mate. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, but they've got so much available to them. It's honestly, it's like going up against Man City with, you know, but with Mo Salah up front, it's just a completely whole new ball game, if you want to put it that way, you know. But, you know, I think the way we've been playing recently, we had a bit of a kick in the nuts the other night in Europe. I feel. I think that's what the players may be feeling anyway. I got a funny feeling we're going to go ball hunting. I reckon we'll get something out of the game. Minimum of a point. I'm hopeful for all 3, but that's such a tough ask right now against Liverpool.
It is good. Look, a game of football is a game of football. Anything can happen. I watched earlier the Chelsea-Burnley game, and Chelsea just battered Burnley, battered them. They should have been 5-0 up. There was only 1-0 up, and Burnley nicked a point. You know, probably had about 1 chance, 2 chances in the whole game, and they nicked a point. What? And this is what can happen. You know,
the moment that Chelsea goal went in, right? I was over at the pub chatting to a couple of my mates, and the Chelsea goal went in, and you know we're not allowed to televise the 3 o'clock games, as you probably know. So I was watching it on my phone on the stream, and it was, you know, the Sky Sports News thing was going on with Jeff Stelling and the other lads. And as soon as that goal went in, I went on my phone. had a look at my Corals app. There are other betting agencies available, but I went on to my Corals app and I was looking at it and I thought, I wonder what Burnley are to win. And it was something ridiculous, like 74-1 or something.
But
It was utterly ridiculous. I put £2 on it just for a giggle. And soon as that Burnley goal went in, I'm going, where's the cash out? Bugger it, they won't let me cash out. It's suspended. You know, they wouldn't let me cash out. And I thought, if it was like 35 or over, I would have taken it. Just for the giggle. You know, but even if I'd have doubled my money, I would have taken it, I think, probably. But wouldn't let me cash out. And then I forgot to have a look again. And the next year I know it was 1-1 at the end of the game, and I'm thinking, oh no, well, I didn't win that then. But I'm quite looking forward to tomorrow's game, though, Kieran, because I really do feel that we're going to get something out of it.
Yeah,
you know,
I think
we're going
to. Let's put it this way: look, if Liverpool are at their best and we're at their best, they win.
Yeah.
Right? We need to be at their best, and
but when we're at our best, we win also.
Yeah, I know, but not against them. I don't see us, if they're at their best and we're at their best, that they nick it, right? But what we got to do is we got to be at our best and put them off their game. That's when every time I've seen Liverpool lose games and draw games, it's because the other team went at them and put them off their usual stride, right? You've got to do that. And you've got to survive that first 20 minutes because they do like to come out like a fucking steam train and try and
we've got to do it without being overly physical as well, you know, in the challenges and stuff. You know, we can't afford for any of our players to go out there getting themselves carded or sent off, you know.
Oh, no,
we really can't afford that. We need all 11. We need all 11 on the pitch tomorrow at all times, you know. And if anybody's there in body but not in spirit, I think David Moyes is obligated to do the change. You know, I don't want David Moyes to think it'll get better in a minute. It'll get better in a minute. You know, obviously after like 45 minutes, you know, 50 minutes. You know, into the second half. If it doesn't look like it's working for us, he's got to change it around pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah.
I reckon he's probably going to start with Fabianski in goal, as you said. Then it'll be Oggy and Zuma in the middle. Johnson out on the right, Creswell out on the left. Rice and Souček, Bowen, Ben Rama. Hello.
Hi.
Mr. Frankel.
Sorry to just gate crash the party. Pete sent me the link ages ago, and I just so happened to finish the game I was watching. I thought I'll pop in and say hello.
Well, glad you did. First time I've met you, so good evening or good morning.
Well, I'm Adam. Lovely to meet you.
I'm Clive or Budgie. Yeah.
Just don't ask him to sing, Clive. Don't ask him to sing.
You know the mad Aussie, don't you?
Oh, of course. Bright and I love the sunshine. Dark as anything here.
Yeah, so does he, and he likes to keep flipping, rubbing it in and all.
To be fair, Clive, it's a bit cloudy today, mate. It's only 27 degrees today.
Oh, I'm so disappointed for you, you wanker. So, what we're talking about tomorrow's game. What are your thoughts on it then?
Do you know what? I literally couldn't. I've been thinking about it all day, and it just anything can happen. Like I just every time I think, maybe we'll do this. Like I genuinely think any single outcome is possible. I think one team could walk over the other. I think it could be a draw. Like, I mean, I think until 5 minutes into that match, when you get a gauge for it, I don't even know what I would guess. I want to say because we're at home, because I think we'll start better than them. Liverpool did not rest many players in their Champions League match.
No,
They played pretty much a full strength team, which I was kind of surprised about. We rested a hell of a lot more players in our European game. So we're at home, maybe a little fresher. But I don't know, to predict a win against Liverpool feels very optimistic.
Yeah, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially the form they're in. They're in magnificent form.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like I was saying to Kieran a few minutes ago, the teams are coming to London Stadium really, really not looking forward to that game. You know, that they can't trust themselves to win the games, you know, and I think that we've got a really good chance of a draw, and I think we've got a reasonable chance of actually taking all 3 points. You know, it's a slim chance, but it's a reasonably good chance, you know.
I think
because we have been strong.
It's about that first. To me, it's all about that first half hour. That will dictate the game, and they will come. They'll come out as hard and they'll come out as quick. And if you can survive that and grow into the game, you've got more of a chance every minute that passes. But if they come at us and score a couple of early goals, the game's done.
Yeah,
I don't think we're not good enough to bring that back. But we've just got to fucking keep in the fight, you know, and believe that we can.
I think the thing that excites me the most about the whole thing is, I think this is maybe the first time in my 30 years of supporting West Ham United that this match is genuinely a top of the table Super Sunday clash. That, you know, and it just feels so freaking good that we're up there, you know, because everyone, there's not a single person that isn't a Liverpool fan that doesn't give West Ham a chance in this match. And the fact that we're given that chance shows, like, holy shit, like, isn't this a great time to be a Hammer?
I mean, for anyone to say, if we beat Liverpool today, we could overtake them and go third.
Yeah.
How good is that? How good is that?
It's insane.
Well, my local pub, which is literally moments away from my front door, the landlord, he is a Liverpool fan, and quite a few of the regulars are Liverpool fans as well. And I was over there today, and the landlord came over to me and, you know, chatted to me for a little while. And he was saying about how happy he was that City had beat United. So I said, well, I said, I suppose it'll make the bitter pill you're going to have to swallow tomorrow a lot easier to swallow. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, when you get beat tomorrow. He said, hang on, who have we got? I said, well, West Ham, you idiot. And he went, oh, shit. And that was his reaction. I was taking the piss.
Yeah.
And his reaction was, oh, shit. And then he looked across at one of the regulars and he went, here, Greg, you know who we're playing tomorrow, don't you? And Greg looked straight at me and went, yeah, I know. And they're taking us seriously for the first time in many years, you know. The last time I think they took us seriously, I think McAvenny and Co were on the pitch, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely the first time since I've supported West Ham. And it's, you know, I can't wait. I mean, I'm like, there aren't many games that I get like excited about, that, you know, because it just, you watch it for so many years, like that excitement doesn't come along that often, but I feel it. I feel it inside of me. Like if it was easy for me to bet in this country, I'd be putting money on West Ham. Thankfully, it isn't easy, so I don't do it.
Well, I have actually. I've done a little bit. I've done one of those ones. Well, it's one of those ones that you build up. You know, you build up your bet. So I've done West Ham to win. Antonio anytime goal scorer, Bowen anytime goal scorer, and Mo Salah anytime goal scorer.
Oh,
And obviously, you know, both teams to score. And I think it was 2 yellow cards.
gosh.
And I got 94 to 1, so I put £3 on it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 94 to 1.
Gosh. Well, I'm so
I
sorry
know.
to...
It's a slim chance. But,
I hope it works.
you know, if that comes up,
But unfortunately, we've
if
got
it
this
comes up, I'm
dickhead in
going to
the
put
chat.
half of that money. Who?
Have you seen him? His name's Charlie Walsh. He is an absolute tool of the
Is that a
highest.
Oh,
Frankfurt
he's a
shirt you
top
got on,
lad,
man?
he is.
Is that a Frankfurt shirt you got on?
Yes,
This.
Charlie.
This is North Texas.
Oh, North
So,
Texas.
A couple of my friends play for them. They're like FC Dallas's reserve team, and they had a playoff match tonight, which they just lost after extra time.
Shit.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so I was wearing it to represent.
Fair play to you. Support your
Good
local
for you.
team. Kids,
Exactly.
support your local team.
That's it, mate. I live about 400 yards away from Crawley Town Stadium, so you know I try and get in there as often as I can.
Nice.
You know?
Well,
I actually saw them play a Spuds reserve team over there about 2 years ago. It was funny as hell. We were taking the risks.
What was the score?
3-1 to Tottenham, but yeah.
Don't be mentioning
it was
them.
No, it was actually quite funny. It was actually quite funny. In fact, it was more than a couple of years ago. It was probably about 4 years ago, actually, thinking about it.
I thought they got battered everywhere they go, though.
Yeah, well, they did verbally. Because Clive Allen was their manager at the time. Well, he was, he came as their coach, you know what I mean? I can't remember who their manager was at the time, but Clive Allen brought the team to Crawley for this game. And we were just calling him Fat Boy and all sorts. It was great. There must have been about 8 West Ham fans in the stadium. Because all around, I call it a stadium, it's more like a bloody, it's like a lower league ground, really, in some respects. Still got loads of standing area and stuff. But, it was quite good. But it's also the same ground that Brighton Ladies use as their home ground.
Wow.
So I might even get over there and see the West Ham girls when they play them.
Don't get me started on women's football. I'll get into trouble.
So would I.
You can turn the volume down a bit. But do you know what, actually, Kieran, that's something we'll have to discuss on All Unfocused. No, we're going to have to, mate, because people are going to ask for it. And I'm one of the people.
Why don't you boys discuss it? You boys could discuss it now if you like. I just wanted to pop on and say hello. Say hello. Much love.
Yeah. Good to see you, Adam.
And you, bro.
Sorry for railroading you both, but
no, not at all.
The more the better, mate. The more the better.
Involved.
And it was a pleasure to meet you for the first time.
Charlie Walsh, as you'll see, can get back to seeing a beautiful show without my ugly mug. So come on, you irons. Laters, boys. See ya.
See you later. Ta-ra, Adam. Well, that was a lovely little visit like that. I like that a lot.
Adam's a good lad, man. Good lad.
Yeah, it's the first time I've met him. So, obviously, I've watched a few of the back catalogue shows and he's been on them. And always, I thought, he's a nice lad. I'd like to meet him one day,
He's not been doing it this year, but last year and the year before, I think he was doing a quiz show on American Hammers TV, and he done it really well.
All right,
quite good.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I bet you don't get a chance to see any of the WSL games, do you? The Women's Super League over here.
And I do now and again. They throw up, the highlights on YouTube, so I do watch them.
Do you have the BBC iPlayer, or can you get hold of that on your phone?
I can get hold of it, but I ain't got it. I probably wouldn't know how to get it.
Yeah, well, have a word with your son. Get it on your thing, because like I think is it on a Saturday or a Sunday after match of the day, they show like highlights of the Women's Super League, and I've started watching it. You know, not for any perversion or
of course,
but
no one would
because
have
it's
ever
good. It's good football, Kieran. There is some really, really
no,
talented
you're
players.
presuming that I want to watch it, aren't you?
Mm. I'm gonna, mate. I'm gonna start having a little section on the ladies' team.
Oh, fucking hell, mate.
I am gonna do it.
About that?
Come on, we can spare 5 minutes of our unfocused on it, can't we?
Just pulling your leg. Pulling your leg.
Obviously, yeah, we'll focus more on West Ham ladies, but you know, well, I will if you well, if you don't know much about what's been going on,
No,
but yeah, but I'd like to do that because quite a few of the girls, in the chats and that are watching, and not necessarily now, but they are watching, so it's it'd be nice for them to hear about the ladies team as well,
Right.
Yeah.
Are the women interested in the ladies' team? You find that?
I think if we gave them the right information put across the right way, without it sounding, like we're trying to be, whatever you want to call it, leches or whatever it is.
We don't do that, mate. We appreciate good talent.
Yeah, but that's it. I mean,
if that talent is gorgeous, even better. But we do appreciate.
Who am I to, say no to that as well? But it is. There's some good footballers in the Women's Super League.
No doubt
Some
there is.
exceptional. That Fran Kirby. I mean, God Almighty. I know she plays for the, Chelsea, but she's good enough to walk straight into a championship team. Honestly, she's absolute quality. And that Chinese girl that they've got at Chelsea as well, Jin. There's a couple of really good girls. We've just signed, I think she was our record female signing just in the last window. Swedish or Norwegian girl, I think she was. But I'll have a look. We'll talk about that another time. Because I haven't got any information to hand and I can't use my phone.
No. So, the only girl I remember seeing the highlights once of the skills of Marta.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What she is.
Oh mate, incredible girl, incredible. Yeah. She's won Women's Player of the League probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 years running.
Right.
She's incredible. She is. Well, they're calling her the female Pele, aren't they? So,
right.
Which is quite high praise,
No, good luck.
When you're as old as us two are, Kieran, we remember players like Pele and Eusebio. Remember Eusebio?
Oh, yeah, very well. He was genius.
Brilliant. Fantastic number 10. Fantastic number 10. Yeah.
And Pushkas. Remember Pushkas?
Pushkas, yeah, another great player. Yeah. And Zico. Do you remember Zico? From about
Zico. Ronaldinho.
Was he? Yeah, Zico, when he sort of like 86 World Cup onwards, somewhere around there.
He's around that, mate.
Oh, mate, he was fantastic. He was fantastic. Yeah, anyway. And then you got all these great Italian players that show, that have come through the years, Oh man, and the Germans, they've had some fantastic players.
Yeah. The Dutch. Baston.
Oh God.
Like who was?
Yeah, well, my favourite ever player to watch, right up until he turned up in North London, of course, but my favourite ever player to watch, weren't always considered the best player in the world or anything. I don't even know if he ever won.
No, you're going to say he was brilliant.
Edgar Davids.
No, that's not what I thought you were going to say. Davids, yeah. He was good.
I loved watching Edgar Davids. Right up until he turned up in North London. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you thought I meant Burkham, didn't you?
No.
Oh.
I forget. I'll tell you what, I was exciting for the times because we didn't have that many foreign players, did we, back then?
No.
In the English First Division, as it was, wasn't it? You know, people when Tottenham signed the 2 Argentinians. No.
Oh
Ozzy,
God, yeah, Ricky Villa and Ozzy Ardiles, yeah.
They were special.
What when they signed for Tottenham?
Tottenham.
Tottenham. Oh, Tottenham.
Oh, great. Hello, Peach. Feeling well?
Yeah, man. It's like waves. I go extra, then I get tired. It's nuts, and then I get it's madness. But I'm feeling it was good to have Frankel on, yeah.
Yeah, good
man.
to see Adam.
I haven't met him before, have I? So that was really nice, you know. I really enjoyed meeting him. It was quite nice.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy, man.
Yeah, and again, it was completely random. Do you know?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go to. There's this shop in the town, and they make up T-shirts and stuff. So I'm going to get a screenshot of your West Ham random logo or something, and I'm going to have a T-shirt made up, and I'm going to start wearing it when I come on. Obviously, it'll be West Ham related as well, but
yeah, of course.
You know, but you know, I might even see if I can buy. Yeah, I might even see if I can buy a cheap shirt or something. Or in fact, I could use this one instead of having Betway across it. I could put the West Ham random, you know, with your dollar signs and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then man. Yeah, I think I could probably get that printed on here.
Yeah, we got a place here called what is it? Toronto Tees, and basically they do T-shirts, Toronto Tees, and you can get them for like the more you get, the less you pay. And
of course. Yeah.
We should get a bunch and wear them ourselves. But then if anybody else wants them, we'll send them out to them.
Yeah, you know, could do a little competition once in a while to win one or something, you know.
Yeah, but we need the West Ham random ones, but then we need like the Kieran and Clive ones. Then we need like the Peach and Frankel ones. Then we need like the pitch one with like Roy Keane on it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What about can we just have one which says Tottenham as shit? Can we have one then?
Yep, I have that any day of the week. Any day of the week. Any day. Hey, Kieran, did you see Titch's Roy Keane videos today?
No, I did not.
Oh, you should have a look. They're magic. You saw them, didn't you, Clive?
I'll catch up.
I don't think I did. No, I've been quite busy today, actually.
Oh, good for you.
Well, as you know, I went to, I don't know if you do know, actually, but last night I drove to Essex and met up with Hammerette, and I was with a friend of mine who happens to be a Yid. Sorry, a Tottenham fan. I can't say that on.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, we went up there because he's been having a bit of a rough time, so I thought get him out, have a beer. So we went up there, had a beer with Hammerette, went to this pub with a late license and live music and that. It was really good.
Oh, lovely.
And we dropped her back to her place, and we went back to the hotel, went to our rooms and that. And then this morning we drove back, but we hit some horrendous traffic because there was an accident on the Dartford Bridge. It took us, I think it was 45 minutes to do 2 junctions on the motorway.
Yeah, I've been there.
It was horrendous. Anyway, I got back to my home, and I got a text from a friend of mine who's a Brighton supporter. And he said to me, "Fancy a pint?" So I went, "Oh, okay." So I went over there, had a pint with him and his wife. And then I was, just chilling, like in the pub, watching the Chelsea game on my phone, listening to Sky Sports and stuff. Then my brother texted me and said, "Don't forget we're going to boxing tonight." So I come home, get changed, go and watch my nephew box. And as I told you in that message, Pete, that my nephew, he won his bout. He's a cruiserweight. Cruiserweight. Yeah, he's a cruiserweight, amateur. It's only 3-minute rounds, 3 of them, 3-minute rounds. He didn't win the first round. It was very close, but the other guy won it by 1 point or something. And then the second and third rounds, he went in there and destroyed the boy. When you watch that video,
you sent me that on WhatsApp.
I did. Yeah, well, you're interested in the boxing, so I thought, what about you, Kieran? Do you like the boxing?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I'll send you this video over. I'll send you this video over of my nephew. On the end of the video, it shows you the decision and everything. I paused it between the boring, or not the boring bits, but the bits where there's nothing happening really. Like in the corner, I paused it for that. But the one thing that I didn't get, because I went outside to have a smoke, was him being awarded a trophy for the best fighter of the day, which was really, really nice. And then when I saw him come out with the trophy, I was like, well, that's a nice trophy for winning your fight. And then he told me what it was actually for, and I was properly proud of him. Properly proud, So,
where was the fight at, Clive?
It was in Horsham, not far from where I am. Only about 9 or 10 miles away. 10 miles max, yeah. So, it was really nice though, because not only was myself and my brother there, my brother-in-law turned up, my sister's husband. 2 of his brothers turned up. 2 of my nephew's brothers turned up to it. One of his cousins with his kids, and there was, there were about 45 people in that hall supporting him. So it was really, really nice. He had a really good following. He went out there, he destroyed the boy. You'll see that on that video anyway, and I'll send it over to you in a little while, Kieran.
No drama.
Sorry, I know I've been chatting and going on, but I want to come to this comment of Charlie's in the chat. He said he saw Edgar Davids play in the flesh when he was the player manager of Barnet and wore the number 1 shirt. What a man. Well, I actually remember that myself. I think I've seen either maybe YouTube footage of it or something, but I know I've seen that, but obviously not in the flesh. Big yourself up, Charlie, because that is a man I would love to have watched in the flesh. Loved him. Edgar Davids was.
And what a player! Good. What a player, man! Glasses and all. What a player, man! He was magic.
Yeah. In fact, he was. I think he was the first player that I ever remember that wore anything protective on his face. Before all these plastic masks and the famous hard hat for what was his name?
Peter Kraut, Peter Cech, Petr Cech, or whatever his name was.
Petr Cech, yeah, Petr Cech. And also Cudicini wore one for a few weeks as well, didn't he?
Did he? Wow.
Yeah. Do you not remember? That was the only match I can ever remember in history where the starting keeper got injured, Petr Cech. They brought on Carlo Cudicini. He got injured
I do remember this. Yes,
in a similar way.
Yes.
And then they brought on that Hilario, or Hilarious, as we used to call him.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that's the only game that I've ever heard of. I may be wrong. Charlie, you're in the chat and you'll know this. That's the only game that I've ever heard of where 3 keepers have been used. I've never heard of it before or since.
What game are you talking about, Clive? Who was the 2 teams?
It was Chelsea against
Chelsea. Wasn't it Palace or someone like that?
Well,
yeah, no,
Clive,
it was a Premiership game, wasn't it? Yeah, go on.
Clive, there is another one.
Is there?
West Ham versus Newcastle. When Alvin Martin scored a hat-trick and he scored it against 3 goalkeepers.
Did he?
Peter Beardsley was the last goalkeeper because they injured the other 2.
Do remember that? Yeah.
I don't remember that one. I remember the Chelsea one, Clive, but I don't remember the Kieran one.
No,
it's going back a Trivial Pursuit question now.
It's about 83, 84 or something, isn't it?
Oh, no, I wouldn't have seen that.
I think I can't remember the score. We beat them 6-0 or something like that. But Alvin Martin scored against the first goalkeeper. Then he got injured. He scored against the second. He got injured, and he scored the last. I think he went up and took a penalty. He took a penalty to get the fucking hat trick against the first.
Yeah, Beardsley couldn't. Yeah, couldn't.
And Harry Redknapp was in charge because Harry Redknapp had a go at him about it, about taking a penalty.
But Peter Beardsley is not actually a goalkeeper. He stood in. So my theory is that the one for Chelsea may still be true because they were actually 3 registered goalkeepers with the FA. So
you're splitting hairs now, mate.
Oh well, I've got to, mate. I've got to win somehow. You know, listen.
It's a great fact that Alvin Martin scored a hat trick against 3 different goalkeepers. I don't think that's ever been done.
No, I don't think that's ever been done. No.
Hey, Kieran, do you see what Charlie said? Read that out, man. Because that was it.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, against Reading, wasn't it?
Charlie knows, mate. Charlie knows.
Oh, yeah, he has the knowledge of the astronaut.
Charlie,
and he knows what I'm talking about when I say that. He has the knowledge of an astronaut.
Charlie, you could be right with that game. Hang on a minute. No, I'm pretty sure they put Hilario on.
I agree with you, Clive. I agree it was Hilario. I agree because I can kind of remember that. If my mind's playing tricks on me, then so be it. But I can kind of remember that.
Hilario stepped in after because there was literally no other keeper. He's their keeper coach now, I think.
Okay, so it's like Martin coming on then. Yeah. It's like us going through like Fabianski, like Areola, Randolph, and then none left. So we put on Martins. Yeah.
So would I be right in thinking then that Charlie obviously will answer this again, but was he John Terry? He stepped in and then was like replaced by Hilario. Is that what you're?
I remember John Terry stepping in. Yep, I remember John Terry.
I remember him doing it, but was it that same game? That's what I'm asking.
I don't know.
I can't remember. If my brother was here, he'd tell me because he can't. There's nothing about that team he couldn't tell me. I don't think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm quite intrigued now.
Yeah, me too.
Charlie's like that on Google.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Charlie boy, sort it out.
Yeah. So, talking of which, got a big up Charlie boy. Haven't done that this evening.
Of
Yeah,
course.
man.
Of course.
I want to chat to him one day when he comes
No,
home.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think we
man.
all do. I think
Yeah.
he's tried calling me several times, but it'll last for like a second and then just cut off. And like sometimes I'll
Yeah.
answer and I can't hear anything. And
Do you
it's
know,
yeah,
it
but
seems
soon.
really funny. It seems really funny to hear someone say that someone's following me, because like back in our day, Kieran, we would have got an injunction against them for that.
Yeah, you'd be on the register.
Yeah, right. Okay, they only had Cudicini on the bench that game, so when he got injured, Terry went in for the rest of the game. Oh, okay, all right, okay. Thank you, Charlie. That's much appreciated. See, a man of great knowledge. Told you he's a
John Terry,
professional, didn't I?
so Clive, did John Terry go into goal?
Yeah, he went between the sticks.
Clearly he did. Yeah.
Then, is he? He's not a keeper either, is he? So
all right. Shush. All right. see that hair that we split in earlier? I think you've just glued it back together, mate.
The split hair split even more.
You want to split these hairs? Get it right. Come on.
This isn't being recorded. Well, I suppose it is being recorded, but this isn't an unfocused. We got to talk about proper stuff.
No, we don't. Random. No, we don't. Never.
I know. I'm only playing.
We can talk about.
I didn't get the memo. I never got the memos, mate. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we can talk about.
You don't get memos with West Ham Random, mate. You get 2-minute warnings.
Yeah, no. Oh, that's too true.
Peachy, what did you want us to talk about?
What did I want you to talk about?
Yeah.
Anything you want to talk about. We kind of covered. We could talk about Liverpool. We could talk about pizzas in Liverpool. We could talk about girls in Newcastle. We could talk about Bournemouth. We could talk about how Eddie Howe's like up shit's creek with Newcastle already. Like, wouldn't you love to see Newcastle get relegated? That would just be, you got the richest owners in the world and you're going to the championship. Now, fair play, they'll probably get back up in their first try because they'll buy whoever is. They could buy Mbappe for all, for whatever. You know what
Messi
I mean? But
someone.
but I'd love, and it's not a dig at Newcastle because I think they have brilliant supporters. But I just for the fact that the richest owners or agents or people buying a English football club get shafted into the championship. Like, you could have given that money to us. We're sitting top 10. You could have given that money to us. Stupid.
I think it'll be hard to convince a Newcastle fan that you're not having a dig at them when you said, "I hope they get relegated."
No, but it's because agreed. I agree with that. But I respect their supporters. I respect their supporters. The girls there are very friendly. I've been there before, and they're very friendly. They'll be your friend in a second after 2 drinks. But it's
I'll tell you what, in the 70s when I went there, they tried to kill me.
Yeah, but I would love to see. Newcastle get relegated just for the fact that they have the richest owners in the world who took a punt on them. Why wouldn't you take a punt on West Ham? Why, it does my head in. But I'm kind of happy at the end of the day because they're all after casinos and theaters in the ground and this and that. We got a boy, the Czech boy, Christensen or whatever his name is, who actually is a football fanatic. So I'd rather have him in the seat rather than whatchamacallit in the seat. You know what I mean? And I'd rather have this man in the seat too. So welcome, Charlie Walsh.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Charlie,
how are you, Kieran? How's things?
I'm good, CW. I'm pretty good, man. How are yourself?
Yeah, I'm not bad. I'm not bad. I've got a lot of work on, but I was just listening. Unfortunately, when I clicked on, Frankel was here, but he's gone now, so we can all just enjoy our life. But yeah, I was just sitting listening while I was doing some work and all that. Very excited about the mention of Edgar Davids. I got very excited about that. I love that guy.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, when I was
so
I
you and
remember
I,
watching him
kindred.
when I was a kid when he was at like Juventus and stuff, and then obviously he was at Tottenham and all these other places. But like, I loved him as a footballer. I thought he was so good.
Yeah.
I always thought he looked brilliant and played brilliantly in the orange of Holland. That's how I remember him.
Like nobody's business, and I do kind of respect that. He was the angriest man. He was fuming all of the time,
but such a wizard with the ball.
100%.
I
remember because he turned up at Barnet as a player manager, and the things I remember most, because I went twice to watch, because I know someone who supports Rochdale, and so they paced them twice when they were down in whatever league they were in at the time. So I went to watch them both times. They played Rochdale with the person I know, but I remember him. Two things. One, he gave himself the number 1 shirt despite being a midfielder, which I just respected. That he was just like, no, I'm having it.
Of course.
And then the other one was there was a free kick about 25 yards out, and he subbed himself on to take it.
Yeah, right.
Full blown argument with one of the other Barnet players, who I assume was their and he was just like, no, essentially going, no, step down. I'm Edgar Davids. I can't remember if that was one of the Rochdale games or the other ones, but of course he ends up stuffing up and putting it in the net. But I just remember watching it from behind the goal, and I just remember the player like putting the ball down and then looking across and then just seeing Edgar Davids come on the pitch and being like, "Well, I guess I'm not taking the free kick then." He was great.
I love that.
Oh, that's great.
I love it.
Brilliant.
Oh my God. What match was that against, man?
I think I want to say, because I've been to Barnet 3 times, and I think it was either one of the 2 games they played against Rochdale, or who was it against?
I want to see that.
I can't remember who it was. I can't remember who it was, but they would have been in the conference, I think, at the time. I can't remember who it was against. I'm trying to remember for the life of me. I can see their striker. He was called Matt something. He was a big bloke, but I can't remember. I can't remember what team it was number.
Yeah,
that was
that's so good.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that.
What a beautiful man.
Yeah. Oh, great player.
Yeah.
Great player. One of my, as I said, probably my most favourite player to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, he was silky, wasn't he? He was silky.
Yeah. Actually, when Ronaldinho hit the scene, though, that was a different story altogether.
Oh, when Ronaldinho put that cross in against England and it went into the goal and Seaman missed it, I'll never forget that. I was so upset. I was so upset, man. Like, tears were dropping into my pint, man. I'll never forget that, man. Like, and it wasn't a shot. It was a cross, and it just found its way into the goal. Like,
yeah, but on the same token, so was Conchesti's cross in 2006.
Oh, in the FA Cup final. Yep.
That was definitely a cross.
I remember the Ronaldinho goal from the Brazil-England match. It was in the 2002 World Cup, because obviously that was in Japan and South Korea, and so timelines-wise, all of our matches were in the middle of the day here in the UK. And I was in, I can't remember, I was in primary school at the time. I can't remember what year I was in, but the whole school would just stop to watch each of the England games on a TV in the school hall. And I vividly remember seeing that Ronaldinho it was like a free kick about 35, 40 yards away from goal or something, in a really obtuse position. And it just going in, and everyone in the entire school just going, oh no. Like, it was just because obviously, like, you remember moments in a stadium or at the pub or whatever, but it was just so similar. But an entire school of children just being like, no.
Oh, great.
But Ronaldinho, absolute wizard. Genuine, like the stuff he did. Unreal.
I've never seen a player with as much skill as that boy, or tricks and flicks and everything else. Never.
Ronaldinho.
Yeah, he was unreal.
Have you seen that video that was floating around on all the social media, and it may even be on YouTube? There's one of Ronaldinho where he's doing keepy up. He goes round the 18-yard box to the D, and then hits the ball, hits the bar, comes back up in the air. He catches it in midair, plays with it again, hits the bar again, comes back to him again, keeps it up in the air. It doesn't touch the floor. He hits the bar for a third time, and then when it comes back down to him, he traps it, and then does this little nutmeggy style thing, doesn't he? I don't know if that's actually been doctored or what. I don't know, but I actually believe it to be true because he was that good.
I agree with you. Yeah,
I remember because he ended up going to AC Milan in the latter stages of career, and he was like, at that point he put on a lot of weight, and I know Barcelona weren't really too happy with him because he was basically just going to nightclubs the night before games. And the thing is, he would still turn up at the game and be like the best player on the pitch by like such a significant distance. But they were like, we can't sort it. So he ends up going to Milan. But I remember him turning up. Do you remember when Portsmouth made it into what was then the UEFA Cup, what is now the Europa League? When they won the FA Cup under, was it Radnap who won it with them?
It must have been Redknapp,
I think it was Redknapp, wasn't it? But they ended up playing AC. They ended up, I don't know if it was a group game or if it was a knockout stage.
They had Defoe at the time,
They did, Defoe,
and they had the boy that went to Man City. I forget his name, the striker that went to Man City when we were after him.
Oh, Benjani.
Yeah,
Benjani. I don't know. I can't remember his. He had another name which was, it began with an M, but I don't remember what it was. It was like I'm not going to pretend to nail that one. But
but you're right. I get you. You're right. Yeah.
I remember watching. I think it was on Channel 5 at the time. Maybe I think that was what the UEFA Cup was on at the time. And just seeing Ronaldinho play away at Fratton Park just felt deeply incorrect to see him in that kind of arena. And he was still, even though he was like my weight, which to be clear is not a professional athlete's weight. I will put that out quite publicly and happily. And he was still just running the game. Like he just had, just had it. He's so good.
Did you find watching Ronaldinho? Even when they slow motion some of his tricks, how he went past, but I still couldn't work out how he did it. I'm still amazed. Going, how did he do that? I had to really, really concentrate on where his feet was, where the ball was, to what he did. But he would just make people look silly. He'd make people look absolutely stupid. And you go, wow.
There's actually not that many players out there that you can, list as a wizard with the ball. In my opinion, I think that's quite an exclusive title for a player for me. And he certainly was one of those. A wizard with the ball. He was absolutely incredible.
Charlie was Benjami or Benjama, whatever his name, was that the boy that played for Swansea? Because that's the guy I'm talking about. He played for Swansea.
Oh,
then he went to
you're thinking of Wilfred Bonney.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, City signed him.
Player I would love to have had
again, did he?
Yeah, me too.
Once he went to City,
he just went and fell off the map. Yeah. I think the thing with Ronaldinho as well, like, because you can see like clips of, like, especially the Brazilian players, like you just see them doing the most insane things in training all the time or whatever. But I think the thing that always blew me away about Ronaldinho was the audacity to do it just in the Champions League. Like in the biggest competitions on the biggest stages, he would just walk to, like, this is an example. I don't know if he actually did this, but like someone like Nesta, like one of the best defenders in the world, and then just does some insane thing and just floats past them like it was nothing. It was just sheer audacity to do it in the biggest games, on the biggest stages, and still just do it as if it's like nothing. It's kind of crazy.
He was taking the piss and he got away with it. Like he could take the piss. You know what I mean? Like he was that good.
Yeah.
I think the point I made earlier, CW, was what Salah's been doing. He done that against Watford, didn't he? And then we just walked around 5 players. But he also done it against Man City. And you go, wow, this boy's not scared of anyone to take the ball past you or and he can score a goal from nothing. And that's the scary part about tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Like tonight's game, I'm genuinely concerned about tonight's game. Like, I think it's our biggest challenge by a big distance. Not only because Liverpool, obviously a great team, are in good form. I mean, they're also undefeated this season. They haven't been beaten yet in any competition. I think they lost a friendly, but apart from that, they haven't lost a single game this season. But they also play that style of football that doesn't really suit us. So like Brentford, for example, when they came to us and they really pressed us hard and fast and high up the pitch, Liverpool do that twice as much. And then you see Mo Salah standing there to collect the ball after. You're like, oof, oof. It's a big challenge. It's a very big challenge.
Do you think David Moyes will prepare him for that kind of game, though? I'm pretty sure he will. What's
interesting to me is that he said, I don't know why he did it, but now I think about it, maybe he did it to prepare for the Liverpool game. But he said we started the game against Genk with 5 at the back.
Yeah, he
did. We haven't done that at all this season. We obviously did it loads last year. It was our main formation last year. But this season we've been playing predominantly with a 4. And so there was something off in that first 20 minutes, and I couldn't figure out quite what it was. But if that's what he's saying, that we were playing 5 at the back, maybe that was him preparing for the Liverpool game, thinking, because when we faced Liverpool last season, season 4, we were really good. We really gave it to him. We were one of the teams who really gave him huge problems. And maybe it is him having, like you say, a little test run, thinking, all right, let's try the 5 at the back again, give it a little go in a game where we sort of can, and then we beat the ball prepared for Liverpool.
Yeah, I think you're right, Charlie. I think that could have been a little tester. I don't think we passed the test, mind. I don't think it really was.
I agree with you.
We were 6s and 7s for that first half hour. And Masuaku, I just don't know. I didn't know what he was doing. But we were getting out, especially with them two. When he played Noble and Rice as the 2, I'm going, what are you doing? Because they just got overrun. They got overrun. And it just didn't work. But he did switch it.
Doing twice as much work as he needed to, wasn't he? On that night?
Yeah.
I think, there was a lot of that. I think, thankfully, you'd look at it and you say, even if we did go with a 3 at the back, even though I think the test failed, like you say, I think at least, if we were to go with a 3 at the back today, tomorrow, however you want to word it, given it's 3 o'clock in the morning at this time, it could be today, it could be tomorrow. I don't know what it is. I've got to sleep at some point between now and the game, so I guess tomorrow for me. But you'd say at least we're going to have Ogbonna and Zuma back in the defense, which will help. So if we were to play a back 3 of Cresswell, Ogbonna, Zuma, you'd be a lot more confident than you would. I don't know who would end up playing left wing back, for example, but you'd at least be more confident in those 3. And that's not to diss Dawson and Diop, who I think are individually good players, and I think Diop's having a good season. I think they were poor against Genk, but I do think they're individually having good seasons or whatever. But Zuma and Ogbonna are levels above both of them, so I'd be a bit more confident in that at least.
Yeah. But I mean,
my worry is Cresswell's going to find himself under a lot of pressure, isn't it? And that's the worry for me. That side.
I mean, if he was going to be playing 5 at the back, I mean, I would like to see, Cresswell out on one side, Johnson out on the other, or Sudal, but I think I'd prefer to see Johnson.
Me too.
To be honest, he's having a cracking season. And then in the middle, like of the 5, why not Oggy, Zuma, and either Dawson or Diop? And 3 strong defenders in the back. Why not go that way?
I think there's a shout to do it.
Yeah, instead of bringing Cresswell into the 3, you bring a more stronger defender in and allow Cresswell to run the flank, which he does so brilliantly. When he's defending in the 3, I don't think he's as effective for the team. Personally,
I think it would be for me. I think he was really good last season, and he was asked to do a lot playing in that back 3, stuff that he's not used to doing. But also, he had to get forward and do a lot of that work as well as on top of stuff. I think you're right in the sense of you look at this game, and you say, realistically, you wouldn't want one of your 3 centre backs also going forward with your wing backs. You'd probably want them to stay defensive because Liverpool will have a front 3 of probably you would imagine Salah, Mane, and Jota pushing you a lot. And then at that stage, you probably want I think Dawson would be a good shout as well, because Dawson obviously in a back three worked last year as well. And I've never been amazingly confident with Diop in a back three for some reason. Back four, I quite like him, but back three for some reason, I've never been super confident. So
he seems to work really well with like one man either side of him, as it kind of is. You know? Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I think I think that's probably quite a reasonable shout. And then obviously you got to have Declan and Souček in the middle. Yeah. You know, you obviously got to have Bowen, Benrahma, and Fornals.
Yeah.
And Fornals. And then obviously Big Mickey up front. That's how I think. That's how I would look.
Who would you
setting up tomorrow?
Who would we drop? Because we'd have to drop one player.
Oh yeah, we would. Yeah, of course.
What do you mean? I don't get it. Why would
we have to play 5 at the back? We'd have to drop one of the. I would assume the front 4, because I don't think any of us here are going to make the bold claim of dropping Souček or Rice. So it'd probably have to be one of the front 4.
I think possibly for me. I think it would probably be
Benrahma. Yeah, and then bring him on like as a sub.
Yeah, because Fornals is more of a
industrial player.
But he sort of really works hard to get the ball back. You know, harder than anyone else in the team.
Yeah,
you know. And I include Declan Rice in that, because I know Declan Rice works his nuts off, but you know, you can just see that determination in the Spanish Cockney. You know, he's absolutely disgusted with himself if he loses the ball, and he'll fight tooth and nail, try and get it back. That's why he's had a couple of bookings, isn't it? Of course, you know.
I love that.
It's that favourite word of mine. It's tenacity. Yeah, and I think he's just got that tiny little bit more tenacity than Benrahma. So therefore, for me, it would be Benrahma to the bench.
Which I think is a shame, because I think Benrahma was so good against Genk.
Me too.
I think whoever you drop, it's going to be a difficult call, because they've all been so good this year. You know,
Bowen can't put a foot right now. Can't honestly, it's mad. Like he's on fire.
I mean, he scored a beautiful goal the other day, admittedly, against Villa. What a lovely goal that was! But he has been lacking in goals a little bit over the last few months.
Yeah, but you said you scored one like that too, with the tight angle.
Cutting out.
I'm cutting out?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Yeah. You were fading.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Or you just
I can now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you said you scored one of them goals back in the day. Yeah, that's why I'm cutting out. I get you, frick.
Yeah.
You said you scored one of them goals back in the day, and it's like that's a tight angle, and it's hard to do, and he did it. Like, and if you watch that boy West Ham clips, like the show that he did. And like when he said he was going in, and then he's like, "Oh no!" It's like he missed a chance, and then Bowen just got right on the end of it, and it was madness. It was it was a breath of fresh air, man.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'd just like to see Bowen scoring just a few more goals, because I mean his assist rate must be going through the sky. You know, he must be climbing up that ladder. But I'd just like to see a few more in the bulging the back of the net out from him, you know. Don't get me wrong, you know.
Makes sense.
I would love to see the same from Benrahma as well, you know, because he is a trier, Benrahma. When he sees an opportunity to have a go, he'll have a go. He don't even need us lot shouting at him, shoot, does he? You know, he just naturally wants to do it.
That last goal he scored against Genk, like honestly, that goal, like that was Messi-esque. Like he had 3 people around him, and he toyed with them, took out the 3 people, and then nutmegged the keeper. It's like that was like, I don't think we understand how good that was. Like that was absolutely madness. That was madness. When I saw it, I was like, I was speechless. And it takes me a lot to be speechless, and I was speechless. Like that was mad. That was absolutely. He has bags of skill.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
100%. 100%.
He's got.
There's only more to come.
Yeah, he's potentially got world-class skill. Potentially, you know.
No, I agree with you, because when we were talking about Ronaldinho and Edgar Davidson, and I know Ben Rama is like a ways away from that, but I think he has the potential to become in that category. I really do. I really do.
He really has got the potential to be one of them players that you speak about in that kind of breath. Definitely.
Not many, man. Yeah. Are you going to the game, Charlie, or you're doing your watch along?
Doing the watch along as per usual. I don't know when the next game I'll get to. I'll actually be, but I'll be live from half an hour before kickoff, 4 o'clock. I'll be live, floundering. Probably have just woken up, haven't eaten yet. That'll probably be me, knowing how late I usually go to bed. 4 p.m. is almost an early kickoff for me. So I'll be doing the watch along.
And Clive, have you ever watched Charlie's watch alongs?
I will be tomorrow. I haven't done yet.
I'll say this. There's no pressure to. There's no pressure to. No one has to have ever watched them. I know it's awkward when someone asks that question, and it is 2.5 hours of me being an idiot. So I wouldn't have blamed
Shut up, this guy.
Hang on.
It's not you being an idiot. It's you being you, and like, you just talk about whatever. You let it go. The commentary is brilliant. The jokes are brilliant. The segues where the conversation goes through the live chat, brilliant. No, don't say that, dog. You do a fucking good job, man. Straight up, man. Big up yourself, man.
I'll take it. I don't know if I agree with you, but I'll take it. I will.
No, you don't have to agree with you. You don't have to agree with me. I'm just saying. No, you run it. You run it. You run it. And Clyde, it's worth to go. Kieran, it's worth to go to watch the boy.
When Kieran and I were chatting. When Kieran and I were chatting the other day, recording that Unfocused, I actually said, and I believe it's actually on the video, I actually said, Charlie, that you're an accomplished YouTuber and very professional. Yeah. I maintain that still today, even if you say you're sitting there being an idiot for 2.5 hours.
Clive, I think it's
probably the most.
That's what makes
it's the most professional idiocy. I love it. No, but I'm gonna tune in tomorrow because I've got myself a new set of earphones. Not these bloody great things, obviously. But I've got myself a new set of earphones today, and they're really cool. So I should be, doing the watch along while I'm watching the game as well. So yeah, that'll be cool. Yes. I haven't actually been able to do that.
A moron eating baby bells to many people's pleasure. The thing is, the live chat are big into baby bells now. Apparently, this is a thing they've decided. Is that the baby bell is the new thing? So you're going to see that. I have a whole packet of baby bells prepared for tomorrow. So I apologize in advance.
I've kind of started preparing for things because I do one of these every time I'm on one of these shows now. I'm doing a whole bottle of orange juice.
Well, that's funny you say that, because Charlie used to eat the oranges. First it was the oranges. Yeah, really? First it was the oranges. Now it's the baby bells.
I'll say this right, because it's such a dumb story, but I always really like it. So I used to, for some reason, I can't remember what game it was. We were 2-0 down, and I had a bunch of oranges because this is where I work as well, and because I do freelance video as a job. I'm basically at this desk the entire day, and then I go to bed, and then I come back to this desk, right? So even when I'm doing shows, when I'm doing work, whatever I'm doing, I'm here. So I just have food scattered about. Like, for example, right now, I've got a whole bunch of bananas just about. So I've just got stuff around, right? And, like, we were 2-0 down, and then I said as a joke, because I had a bunch of oranges, I was like, I'm going to have an orange, like a halftime refreshment. And I said it in a studio, whatever I said. It was dumb. And then I did it, and then we scored like 2 minutes later, And then everyone in the live chat starts going, "It was the orange. Eat another orange.
Eat another orange."
So then I ate. Yeah, exactly. Football not being suspicious at all, not being superstitious at all. And so then I ate another orange, and we scored again. And then everyone started screaming, "Eat another orange! Oh my god, it's the oranges, they're working!" So I eat a third orange, and I've got stomach issues that I have to take tablets for. So this was a bad idea, and I knew it was a bad idea at the time, but I was like, well, I'll back it. I'll put another orange in. So I eat the third orange. We score again. We're 3-2 up, and then everyone. But then at this point, the chat takes a turn, and half the chat starts screaming to eat a fourth orange. Right, and at this point, I'm like, I can't eat 4 oranges in the space of half an hour. It's gonna cause such havoc with my stomach. It's just a bad idea. I'm like, so I start going, I can't eat it. I can't eat the fourth one. And then the other half of the chat start going, eat the orange peel. Eat the orange peel. That'll be just as lucky. Eat the peel. And I'm like, I'm not gonna eat the peel. And then they started shouting, they were like, eat the skin, eat the orange skin. And then the other half of the people were like, no, eat the fourth orange. And then that combined until the whole chat were just shouting the word foreskin at me. And they were just going, foreskin, foreskin. And I'm like, I can't. Whenever these things, like, it's not okay. I can't be doing it. And so then I just didn't do it. We ended up with 3. But then every other game for about 2 months, maybe more longer than that, I had to eat oranges on stream through fear because everyone was so adamant that the oranges were just the lucky thing. And then I said, so a couple of weeks ago, I went to my doctor's to do with my stomach because I've been taking these tablets for years, but it's been acting up. So I went to the doctor and I spoke to him, and he said, he asked me, have I been changing my diet? And I was like, here, there, not really. And he gave me like a list of food, and he went through them to say, don't eat any of the, or try to avoid eating these. And the first one he reads out, he goes, citric fruits, but I know specifically oranges cause issues. Do you eat a lot of oranges? And I'm like, well, I kind of do peel them and then shove them in my mouth hole several times on a Sunday. Only on match day, yeah. He goes, probably stop doing that. So I stopped, and then the other show, whenever it was, a couple of weeks ago, I ate a Baby Bell. And then we scored, and now everyone's just screaming Baby Bells at me. The word "eat the wax" keeps coming up. Like, it's a problem. It's a problem. But
Hey, yo, Charlie, do you have because what I got is like gastroenteritis or whatever. Is that what you got?
Something like that. To be honest with you, they don't. They're not fully sure what it is because they haven't. I haven't had a endoscopy or whatever you call it. So they don't actually know, but they're like the best idea they have is yes. So I take lansoprazole, which is a gastric something tablet.
Yeah,
I take them things too, though.
So do I.
But it stops me feeling sick, so it's beautiful. I
take mine for 2 reasons. One, because I have a stomach ulcer, and 2, to line my stomach for the rest of the drugs I have to take.
Yeah. Trust me, I had a stomach ulcer, and then it turned into a tumor in my pancreas, and like it was from the gastroenteritis or whatever. And they gave me the medication Charlie just mentioned and some next thing, Palmolival, or I don't know what it's called. I don't know. I don't know the medicational language, but it's all the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. Trust me, man. And
then top tip. Don't shove several oranges in your mouth in the space of half an hour. Because I'll be real. Like, listen, I didn't enjoy the experience, but my girlfriend, who had to live with someone whose stomach was very unhappy, was significantly less happy throughout the rest of the day when I was just burping, farting non-stop. It was an issue. It was a bad old time. So don't do it.
And you think the Baby Bells are going to be any different?
Look, I'm concerned about the debate. I can't lie to you. I'm concerned about it. Like, I've already had this concern on the last game, the game at 8-2. Thankfully, they both worked and we got goals after both. I say thankfully. At the same time, you know, it's what it is. The good thing about the Baby Bells, though, is my girlfriend loves Baby Bells. She adores the Baby Bells. But that means, and so the supply is limited.
It's endless.
So I can't go as in. Well, it's see, this is the thing. It's endless in that they're always around, but there's never that many left. So I can't just shove them in my mouth willy-nilly because A, if I do eat the rest of the Baby Bells, I will get murdered. But also B, there's not that many left. But people asked at the end of the chat on the last one, people did specifically go to me, you got to make sure you have a supply of Baby Bells. So I did go to the shop earlier today. I tweeted out a picture earlier, but I did go to the shop earlier today and have a whole bunch of Baby Bells ready. It's going to be an issue, but we'll survive. And that's the key. As long as we make it to the next game, we'll keep it going. And maybe eventually I'll find another lucky food and I can move on to something that's quite mild, you know, something that's not too much.
Move on to chocolate buttons. Move on to chocolate buttons because you get enough in a pack. Or move on to a pack of crisps. Straight up. Like chocolate buttons or a pack of crisps. There's tons in there. So, and that won't be hard on your stomach. I can do it that way, man.
Hey, look. What are they called? Pringles.
Yes. The crisps. The crisps called Pringles. Yes, Charles knows what I'm talking about. Done now.
They're not crisp. They're not crisp. You know they're not.
They are a crisp. I'm not willing to back this. They are a crisp.
They are crisp.
You get them in the crisp aisle, therefore they are a crisp.
And once you pop, you can't stop.
It's true, you can't. That's very true.
You know, Charlie, you know, with your watch-alongs, the only thing that drives me mad watching them is because I'm over here in Australia, that time delay could be 15, 20 seconds, and I'm so watching the game and, you know, listening to you, and there's people on the chat, go. No, there ain't. I'm fucking
but that's why you pause it. That's why you pause it.
Later, they're going, now, bollocks to this. I can't have people telling me there's a goal before it happens.
Yeah. I know, but Kieran, he has the time clock on. That's why you pause it, and then you get the time clock from the TV onto his time clock, and then you're good.
They're in front of me. I can't.
Oh, yeah, because you got people in the live chat in front of you. I get you.
I've had to learn to strategically look at the chat. I look at it in chunks and then look away for chunks. Don't you?
You get excited sometimes when like it's ahead and you look at the chat and it's like goal, and then it's like no.
It's happened once or twice recently where I have seen it. I try to avoid it as best I can because I don't want to. I don't want to see it a lot of the time because, like you say, you don't want it spoiled for you to an extent. But you do have to. You do have to pick and choose when you look. Oh yeah. But yeah, because a lot of the time, I'm watching on the Now when it's a Sky Sports game, I watch it on the Now TV app on my phone.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that's like. I'm watching Sky Sports Premier League, the channel, but compared to the TV version, it's like a minute and a half behind, 2 minutes behind. So the chat happens. So what I try to do is look at the chat for like 30 seconds and get as much out of it, then look away for a while to just half the chance of it getting ruined for me. But it does happen from time to time where I do see the goal before it happens. Which when like Peach said, it's difficult because you get a little bit excited because you're like, oh my God, a goal's coming. And then and then I just go full into focusing on the game. But it's a difficult thing. It's the BT. When it's BT, I'm practically 1-to-1 because I watch it on BT Sport are a lot quicker and I watch it on the computer. But for some reason, Sky Sports and Now TV are just, I don't know. It's just slow.
There's been so many times when I've been in my room watching the match and listening to you on the live chat, and then I'll see people come in saying, goal. And then I'll run to my dad's room, like before the goal happens, and I was like, watch this, watch what's going to happen, watch this. And then the goal fucking next to my goal, I'm like, yes. But it's like, I knew that, but you don't know that I knew that. It's just
like living in the future.
It's like living in the future. It's wicked, man. I love it. It, man.
Well, guys, I'm gonna actually have to make a move because it's like nearly 4 a.m.
Yeah, we all need a bit of sleep before tomorrow. So before we go though, everybody score prediction. Let's have it. Kieran, what are you saying?
Oh, don't ask me first because I might put it down.
Oh, I am. I'm asking you first, homeboy. What's the score gonna be?
I'm hoping. I'll tell you what I'm hoping for is a 1-1 draw. But if I take my West Ham head off, right, and take it off and look at it, be realistic, I think we're going to get done 2-0.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What about you? What about you, Charlie?
It's a really difficult one to predict, isn't it? A really difficult one to predict.
Oh, I know.
Because if you said to me, we beat them 1-0, I would 100% believe you. But if you said to me they beat us 3-1 or something, I would believe you. You know what I mean? I think it's one of those ones where it could genuinely go either way. I think my heart, I'll say 2. I'll say 2-2. I'll say 2-2. I'll stay sensible. I'll stay 2-2. But that's mainly because I want to sit on the fence because I can't decide what's going to happen. But also, you genuinely, if you told me either way, I would 100% believe you. I would 100% believe you.
Okay. So 2 draws. Clive, Budgie, what are you saying?
Well, I believe that we can get something from this game tomorrow.
Yep.
So my heart says 2-1 to West Ham.
Yep.
My head says 1-1.
So another draw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to break the draw then. I'm saying West Ham win 3-1.
I didn't doubt you would. Never doubted you would.
Big.
We'll see. We'll see. You never know because I'm saying it could be a 1-1 and then we get 1 and then we get 2. So is that likely to happen? Probably not. That's why I've never won in these betting things, but you can dream. I got my Clareton glasses on. So yeah, 3-1. I'll say 3-1 West Ham. And that would be honestly, I'd be doing cartwheels like on the road. Honestly.
Yeah.
I'll be doing cartwheels if we got that point. Because it is making
got a bet on. I've actually got a bet on for 2-1.
Before we haven't played that top 3, and this season's all about the top 3. There's only 3 teams in it to win the league, right? We all know they are, and we haven't played one of them yet. All right?
Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool.
There's 18 points up for grabs there against these 3 teams, and I think against Liverpool, we'll know where we're at. I think they're the best of the 3 at the moment in form. And we'll know where we're at. If we get a point, I think it's a great result. A fantastic result. If we win it, it's amazing. But
I do have to correct you a little bit, though, Kieran. We have played Man City this season, right? Different competition.
Yeah.
But we have played them. And they fielded a good, strong side.
That was like their first team.
And we held them to a 0-0 in 90 minutes. So, you know, that's all... You know, positivity that we can go into tomorrow's game with, you know.
And I think the result we got against Genk, because we didn't win, I think if we won that game, we would have been walking into London Stadium, going against Liverpool saying, oh, we'll have them. But since we drew, which now feels like a loss to us, which I love, it's like a new kind of era of West Ham. It's like because we drew, we feel like we lost. I think David Moyes is going to give them a rollicking, and I think that we're going to go into the game a lot more hungrier than we would if we beat Genk. So I think everything happens for a reason, and I think it was a blind blessing we got the result we did against Genk because it didn't hurt us. We're in the knockout stages. We're just first, but we will get first because like there's like two more games to go. So we're definitely gonna get, and all we need is 2 points. So we're definitely gonna get like 3 points out of one of those 2 matches. So I think it happened for a reason, and I'm glad Liverpool are up next because I think it'll put us in a different mindset.
Big time. Listen, ultimately, as long as we put in the performance, I'm happy. You know what I mean?
Oh,
as long as we come away from it. And like, even if we lose, but we put it, we looked like we showed up and we tried it, then 100. I'm happy. But if we win, what the scenes? What the scenes?
We win that. I mean, we overtake Liverpool in the league. We go into 3rd place. It just puts the cat amongst the pigeons, doesn't it? We'd be amazing to get a win out of that game. And like you said, Charlie, this is a game that any result is possible.
Yeah.
Any result is possible. And that's what scares Liverpool fans at the moment. They go to most clubs thinking, yeah, this is 3 points, but any result is possible here. We could get a slap, we could beat them, we could draw. And that gives me hope that we can get a draw against them. But we need to be on our move.
And if we win, Kieran, it's just like that to every team in the league. Like, now you got to start talking about us. You know what I mean? Like, I like that they're not talking about us, but it's like, if we beat Liverpool,
if we win 3-1, I'll give you a big kiss.
Give me a flight over to Australia, dog. How you mean? No, I think we could do it. I think we really could do it. I might be totally bonkers wrong, upside down wrong, but it's like, because you got draw 3-1. So the middle of that is 2-1 to either or. So hey, if we beat them 2-1, great. If they beat us 2-1, but we left everything on the pitch, I'm happy. 3-1 would just be like icing on the cake. Like, have that, Premier League. Like, yo, I'd love that. I would love that.
Yeah. I have actually got a bet on 2-1 to West Ham.
You were saying, yeah.
I've actually named Antonio, Bowen, and Salah as all the scorers as well. I've got 94-1 on it. 94 to 1.
Wow.
Yeah, so that would work. But what I was going to say, I was mentioning that earlier, Pete. But what I was going to say was that's like almost £300 coming back. So I'm gonna donate the equivalent of $100 towards some shirts.
Yeah.
Look, the shirts that we spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
I'll donate $100 towards it, or 100 quid or whatever. If this bet pays out tomorrow, I'll do that. It'll go straight towards some shirts. Yeah, I mean, I could even get some made up here and then just send them out. So,
yeah.
You know.
That'd be absolutely.
But I'll definitely do that if this bet comes in. I'll do it. All right, I'll go and buy 100.
And even though I don't got a bet, if we win 3-1, I got some shirts printed this way and send them your way. Still, trust me, man. Honest to goodness to God, straight up.
We're gonna have some done. Football unfocused. West Ham random. Love it.
Yeah. Love that, man. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all gonna get a kip now, and we're all gonna wake up, watch the match, and we're all gonna tune into Charlie Wash's watch along on Hammer's chat, and let's hope for the best, man. Anything can happen.
4 o'clock kickoff for you then, Charlie.
Yes, I go live at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, and if obviously 4:30 is kickoff, and I'm live until the end of the match. And if we win 3-1, I've probably shoved a lot of baby bells in my face. So pray for my stomach. Pray for my stomach.
Stomach doctor on Monday, doc. How do you mean?
Speed dial.
On Monday. On speed dial.
Doc, West Ham won again. There's been a problem.
Yeah. Charlie doing his next watch along from a bloody ICU. Lactose intolerant.
He would too, you know.
Highly lactose intolerant. He's like that.
Yo, that IV drips good luck. That IV drips good luck. Keep it going.
No. Baby bell poisoning. That'd be a new one for the doctor.
Oh my days.
See, I just remember.
Charlie, is it half 4 to kick?
Yeah, 4:30 kickoff. Yeah.
See,
don't remember, Charlie. Don't eat the red wrapper.
No, don't eat the red wrapper, dog. No, that's wax. That's wax. But it's like, mate, for me, basically,
don't eat that.
I go to bed after the UFC fight tonight, which is in like the main events in like what an hour. So I watched the final UFC fight in an hour, and then I go to bed, wake up, and then the match is on. Because the match starts here at 11 a.m. So basically, I go to sleep, wake up. It's like Christmas, straight up.
Jeez, I've got to get up at 2:30 in the morning.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, whenever you log in the chat and you say what time it is, I'm always like, this is just chaos. Like I stay up late, but I realize I'm a weirdo. So when all the people from Australia are like,
I'm on the same train.
I must be part of that group then, Charlie.
We're on the same train, dog.
It's almost 4 a.m. and we're already still. Well, I say already, we are still here. So
that's why we get along so well.
That's it, mate.
Something wrong up here, but we're here for it. We live for it.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We are the weirdos. That's it. Yeah. Brilliant.
That is it. That is it.
Okay, guys. Listen. On that note, I am going to sign off because I do need to go and have a shower before I get in bed.
All right, mate.
Yeah. Catch you later, Clive.
Come on, you irons. See you later, guys.
See you later.
Take it easy, my friend.
Bye. Bye.
So you want to cut it, or you want to keep talking? What? Because what's going on?
I've got until 4 our time, so sort of I've got the next sort of 10 minutes or so before I have to, because I've still got 1 or 2 bits I need to finish work wise before I get into bed.
Okay,
so give me an hour and a bit, and then I can get that done.
Okay,
so just after
Kieran, the last 10 minutes, right? Whenever me and Charlie are on the show, the last 10 minutes. It's going to be about food. So what did you have? What did you have today? Well, what's the time there right now? It's not even, hold on. 12:12. It's not even like dinner time yet. What did you have for breakfast?
I didn't.
What did you have for lunch?
That's simple. That covered that one.
Yeah. What did you have for lunch? What did you have for lunch?
Nothing. There you go.
What did you have last night for dinner then? Flipping hell.
I've got some nice marinated pork chops for dinner. That's what I'm having for dinner.
Okay, so hold on. Talk to me about these pork chops. You're marinating you marinate. Oh, he's gonna show us.
This is everything we've ever needed.
I know.
Everything we've ever needed.
Charlie loves this food thing. So
I adore it.
Oh, come, yes, please.
Barbecue they're as tender as a nice rib fillet steak. Actually, they're really nice.
Oh, those are lovely, man.
They look beautiful.
They really do.
But it's very rare I eat twice a day. Sometimes only once. But yesterday I had a breakfast, but today I didn't. That's what
what did you have for breakfast yesterday?
I had beans, egg on toast. That's what.
Okay.
Lovely.
What are we talking? Are we talking fried eggs? Are we talking scrambled eggs? What are we saying?
No, I just went with a fried egg there. I do prefer poached. I like to poach my eggs.
Okay.
But I went for a fried egg. I like poached eggs. But
this is maybe a wild thing to say, but not last week. I think the week before was the first time I'd ever fried an egg. I've had fried eggs. People have had when I go pub and I get a fry up or whatever. Like I've had fried eggs a lot, but I've never actually fried it myself. It was a terrifying experience. But I'll tell you what.
You burned the bottom of it, didn't you? You burned the bottom of it, didn't you, Charlie?
One side of it was quiet. But I won't lie to you. But I still, you put it in between. Look, you put it in between 2 pieces of bread. It doesn't matter for me. That's a grand old time. Budgie is in the chat, and we need to respect the half-pounder cheeseburger with cheesy chips. That's a big play. That's a big.
Oh
play.
Wow! I just saw that. That is a big play, Doc. Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Now, Charlie, when it comes to fried eggs, right? I like easy over, right? What I'd call easy over. I fry it and then I flip it for about 20 seconds, and that's my egg done. So I just just cook the top a little bit. That's it. Nice and soft. What about yourselves?
See, I'm all about the runny yolk. But specifically in this scenario, we were putting it in a sandwich. We were making fried egg sandwiches for me and my girlfriend make fried egg sandwiches. And as much as I adore, she hates runny yolks, right? But I would still probably have a runny yolk in a sandwich, but that seems like it would just be a dangerous combination. Especially, And look, I've got a beard going on. I don't need more.
I'll be in there for a week, Charlie. You'll be in there for a week.
Exactly. So with that, you flip it, you get it over. Wait till the yolk is cooked, so it's no longer runny, and then you lob it in between the sandwich. But usually, if I was just having fried eggs in general, I would very happily have it runny yolk and all. I would very happily have it runny yolk and all.
So when we have the runny yolk, we call that sunny side up, and it's funny because you can ask Adam Frankel about this, because if you go to the States and you ask for that, they're like, oh, that's like a raw egg, and it's like, no, it's not. It's a runny yolk, like simple as. But it's like what Kieran's talking about, when you like fry it and then you flip it over for like 10, 20 seconds. We call that over easy. Do you guys call it the same thing there or no?
I just say how runny I want the yolk. I don't. It's either runny or it's not. But I could be wrong. I don't know what the terminology is.
What I like about going to the States, when they do ask you how you eggs, they give you every option, don't they? Over easy, well done, sunny side up. Every option you've got. I like that. Yeah. You don't really get that here in Australia. They just, unless you tell them, they just throw you out a fried egg that's not been turned. Simple as that.
Fried egg is my jam. That's like just fried on one side, and that's it. Salt and pepper all over the top, and then just put it on your fried slice.
That's why I like poached eggs, right? Because if you poach eggs in, tepid sort of hot water, and you throw them in, and just put some vinegar in the water, you get that taste,
and then turn it around and around.
Taste the vinegar through the egg when you eat it. Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like a big trade.
Another dimension. I like that.
Just another element. You're putting it in there, just getting it involved.
Yeah, just a little bit of vinegar. And the vinegar helps the poached egg to stick together as well.
It does. It does. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I like me some eggs, man. I'm still the sucker for like whatchamacallit, eggs and soldiers. I'm still the sucker for eggs and soldiers, man. Like, you do a nice proper eggs and soldiers, like that's perfect for me, man. Like, Charlie, when you have eggs and soldiers, I don't know if I asked you this before, but do you toast the bread, or you just have it like normal?
Oh, I toast it because I want to get the dip in, and if it's don't get me wrong. If it's, I'm not gonna complain if the bread ain't toasted, but it's too loose. I want to get in there. I want to get in and proper like dip it around. You need it toasted. I'm over for that.
Peach, did you realise, right, how many extra hours American Hammers TV went on because Charlie turned to talk to fucking food? They've got about an extra 100 hours of fucking videos because Charlie threw it to food, mate, and it just went off.
I don't know what you're talking about. Again, looking in the chat, Lucas is here, and Lucas equally does not know what you're talking about. Lucas doesn't go on American Hammers and has seen me do this many times. I don't know what you're talking about.
I love it.
You used to wrap it up. Then Charlie fucking get involved, right? And then 3 hours later, he's still wrapping it up. But we've discussed every bit of food in the world by then. Yeah, brilliant.
Also, if it's legal, you have to obligatory ask him about, France. What's your top 14 French cities in order, ideally? That kind of stuff. You just got to get the knowledge.
See the egg talk about bungee back. The egg talk about bungee back. The egg talk about bungee back.
What are you doing, Budgie?
Well, I was about to go and get in the shower and everything, and I put the show on because I knew that you guys, and you start talking about food every time I leave. I'm not having it. I am not having it. All right. I have to have my say. I have to have my say. Eggs are the devil's food. All right. That is the truth. No, I do eat eggs, but only if I cook them. I can't eat eggs if anybody else cooks them because I don't trust them to cook them right. And that snotty bit on the top, I'll throw it back at you. No, I'm really fussy about eggs.
I do that too. I do that too. That's funny you say that. I just
when
go
I go
to that
to
little white dingling part. Like I spoon that out and throw it away. I do that too. I don't know. It's just like some
I tell them
superstition
they have
thing.
to cook that bit. I tell them they
So
have to cook it.
you've never done a Rocky then, Clive? Put about 4 or 5 in a fucking glass and smashed it down.
Fuck a Rocky, dog. I'm not
Are
about a
you
Rocky, dog.
shitting me? Are you
Have you
absolutely?
CW? You've done that.
No,
I'm not about a Rocky,
it scares me. It scares me. I've seen people do it as like a hangover cure, but obviously, as you probably all aware, I don't drink either, and so I'm more just watching them try to survive a hangover. But there is zero chance of me lobbing raw egg in me. No chance. No chance.
No, not a chance. Not a chance.
It's terrifying.
No, but then I bet you eat mayonnaise.
No, see, I don't like mayonnaise. I hate mayonnaise.
So that's consistent. See, that's consistency, more professionalism.
No, I love mayonnaise, dog. I love mayonnaise.
Certified legend and all that, you know.
Can't be certified. Thank you, certified. I can't
So
be dealing with.
Hold on. So when you go to a burger joint or whatever, like not your Mackie D's or whatever, like a proper like hamburger like shop.
Yeah.
You don't get mayonnaise on the bun?
Nah.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing, man.
No, I know what I'm missing. I'm missing the mayonnaise, and I think is a good shout.
No.
Also.
They have the mayonnaise. They have the garlic mayonnaise. They have the. Oh no, you're missing out, man. Next, you're gonna tell me you don't like mustard, doc, because it's like mayonnaise, mustard. Oh,
by not eating mayonnaise, the only thing I'm missing out on is a loose stomach the next morning. All right.
Yeah, I hear that, but I love mayonnaise. I love it.
Pete, you say mustard. I say Dijon. Right?
Oh,
I like just the yellow mustard. Just the yellow mustard.
Proper English mustard, man.
No,
I like that. But on a hamburger,
you gotta burn your nose and everything. I actually like American burger mustard, though. That's really nice.
That's what I'm talking about. Like.
That's my
really nice.
On a burger.
But
I like on a burger. No, it makes it too posh. It makes it too fancy dancy. I just want your straight like basics on a cheeseburger, dog. Straight up.
Yeah,
no mustards. Mustards is a mistake for me as well.
No,
and then again, I'm legendarily a chicken when it comes to anything even remotely hot. And mustard isn't really hot, but it has at least some sort of kick to it. Like I can't. I have chicken kormas, bro. I can't be dealing with mustard's terrifying.
Mustard is just as spicy as like a.
So you don't have horseradish on beef?
Oh, of course, all the time. That's lick right there. Yes.
Here's the text. Let me give you the burger. Let me give you the burger. Right. This is the structure of the burger. Right. Bun.
Preach.
It's like a chopped sort of iceberg lettuce.
Yeah.
Okay? Yes.
Right.
Patty.
Yes.
And if you're wanting cheese, you put cheese. Red onion. Bun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bang on.
Red onion is
that's me, Charlie. I don't really eat tomatoes, but I'll have a little slice of tomato in a burger, and I'll stuff it.
I'll put a little ketchup on if I'm finding it.
Raw. I want my red onion raw. I don't want it cooked.
No, it has to be. Has to be raw. And then the gherkins,
I agree.
Like gherkins.
Yeah. See, I won't do gherkins or pickles because I think that's wild. But if I want a bit of tomato, I'll put like a bit of ketchup in there if I want to. But I don't even think you need it. I think with that structure, that's like the perfect structure for me.
Yeah, I've kind of fallen off the ketchup of recent. Like, if I'm gonna have any like red sauce on it, it's gonna be like barbecue sauce, if anything. Honestly.
Yeah.
Do you know what they do here in Australia? Which I couldn't work out when I first came here. Steak sandwiches here are a big thing if you go to cafes, right? Do a steak sarnie, right? So, but they all have beetroot in them. A big slice of beetroot with steak, and I don't like beetroot. I just couldn't understand.
I have that on the side. I have that on the side.
No, every steak sandwich here in Australia has got beetroot in it. It's a traditional thing.
What about if you tell them not to put it in there?
That's what I was going to say, buddy.
Normally they stick your beetroot up your ass, but they don't like it.
Then they deport you, and they say,
Yeah.
"Back to your own country." No, there's a. I don't know. I'm going to say it now, and I don't know if this is mad or not. I've never had a beetroot. I'm sure I'm sure when I've eaten something that like someone's made, and there's probably a beetroot involved somewhere, but I've never knowingly eaten a beetroot.
Oh, they're like soury, tangy. They're lovely.
Okay.
Like that's like the dinner you have after like Christmas Day with like
they got a proper earthy taste about it.
That's it. Throw that sugar away. You ain't getting out.
That's something I can imagine. Just looking at the beach, I can imagine that. I can imagine.
Oh, mate, if you peel one to cook it, or after you've cooked it or whatever, your hands are bloody purple afterwards.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it stays like that for about 5 or 6 hours, mate. You cannot wash it off.
Yeah.
It's incredibly. It's obviously, they use it in the cotton industry and that, textile industry is the word I was looking for. They use it as a dye.
Budgie, what about like the Christmas dinner after the Christmas dinner, like the day after the Christmas dinner, like Boxing Day dinner? Do you have red cabbage?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? It's lovely.
I love all
have you ever had that, Charlie?
Pickles and stuff. Then I'll have all the pickles and that. Yeah, I do like that with a bit of cold meat and that.
Yeah.
Pete, do you want to see my helmet?
Go on. Fuck off.
That's a London policeman's helmet.
That was a double entendre. That was a double entendre.
I bet that's come from Upton Park, isn't it?
I've got to take the fifth on that, but it is a real one.
Oh, I know. That was the disguise you were wearing when you did the Great Train Robbery, yeah?
Yeah, 30 years. People have been married longer than that, man.
Yeah. That was him. I know it was him. Look, you can tell. He took the fifth.
See, Kieran, this is
right, boys. I'm going to actually bugger off anyway.
What were you saying, Charlie?
Yeah.
No, I'll let Bodgy go first. Good to see you again, bro.
Yes, Bodgy.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have to bugger off because I am so tired. But guys, it's been lovely chatting with you all again, and I'll see you on the screen again soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care. See you later, guys.
Take care, Bodgy.
I was saying, Kieran, see, that's the beauty of food chat. Everyone gets involved. It's something everyone has opinions on. That's the joy of it.
Yeah.
It's just fucking ups to chat, doesn't it? Everyone goes, yeah, but I don't like that. But I do like this.
Well, did you ever see the Curry show me and Jazz did?
Yes,
no,
I did.
Heard about it.
Very entertaining at the time, wasn't it? It was cracker, wasn't it?
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Everyone just wants it.
Kieran, that's when Jazz was screaming out for him to try butter chicken. Charlie just told me about it the other day. I never seen it. I gotta like rewind and go back and watch that because it sounds like a right.
It was a long time ago, wasn't it? It's a while back now.
Yeah, it was over a year ago. I was probably what, like May 2020, I think, something like that.
Was it
May 2020, something like that?
It was good value that night, wasn't it? It was funny. He was steamboats. He was a bit of a mess, wasn't he?
Yeah, a little bit. Because we were doing another show with Tim and David from Alamo City Hammers, and Tim's internet crashed out or something and he disappeared. And so then just while we had the opportunity, I was like, Jazz, talk to me about curry. And then we just started talking, and this was like 20 minutes into a show or whatever. And then like Tim came back. Yeah, Tim came back, and then we just spoke about curry for the rest of the show. And Tim was just sat there like, okay, it was beautiful. And then curry hour. But it's one of those things, people just get involved. That's why I don't know, Kieran, are you a Hammers Chat patron? I don't know if you are. I've never seen your name on the list.
No.
Okay, then before I go, Peach, you know what I'm about to ask. You know what I'm about to ask. Should we, for Kieran, spin the wheel?
I think that's like kind of a no-brainer. Like I was gonna mention that before. I was gonna mention that before, but like, yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. Kieran, do you know what the wheel is?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Let's introduce him to the wheel, man. You ready? Let's introduce him to the wheel.
Here is the wheel.
And here is what we do. Straight up.
My Patreon show on Hammer's Chat's Patreon, patreon.com/Hammer's Chat, to Spanners One Hammer, which I do with Ray Borum. At the end of every show, we ask our guest to spin the wheel, Kieran. Now, on the wheel, we have McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, Nando's, Greg's, Subway, Domino's, Pizza Hut, kebabs, fish and chips, Five Guys, Toasties, Indian, Chinese, basically every type of takeaway you can think of. We spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, you have to tell us what your order from that place would be, or a place similar to that. So say it lands on a Five Guys, you've never been to a Five Guys, you can just say a burger joint type place. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. And then we judge you on your choice, on your choice. So Kieran, judge. Listen, usually Ray would be here, and what I would do at this point is I would full screen.
It's like
this is what I usually. I would full screen Ray, and Ray has very judgmental eyes. But so he can get he's the true judge of it. But seeing as Ray's not here, we could just deep the conversation. But Kieran, are you ready to spin the wheel?
I'm ready to spin the wheel.
Let's go.
Spin the wheel. What's it landing on? Greg's Bakery.
What are you grabbing from Greg's, Kieran?
Kieran, what are we saying? Greg's Bakery.
Long time since I've seen a Greg's, and I'm eating one. So I'll probably end up being a big steak pie from Greg's.
Oh, yeah, okay. What's your opinion on how would I word it? What's your opinion on a Greg's sausage roll? I feel like it's a staple from Greg's.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, they're good.
Correct answer.
Is it?
I back a steak pie. I back a steak bake. Always a beautiful choice. Molten at times, but
if you could get the side order from, like, let's say you got a sausage roll and you got a pie, what would be your side order?
I don't know what else is in Greg's now. Been that long.
I mean, it's just it's bakery.
Yeah, you know, Charlie.
So we're talking any manner of baked goods. You're talking anything from your croissants to your pain au chocolat to maybe you want to go like on the sweeter range. Maybe you're looking at the cookies or donuts or yums.
Yeah,
it's anything you can really find in a bakery is what you're going to find in a Greg's. Alongside,
I wouldn't mind a nice ham croissant.
Oh yes. Winner.
Big play.
Yes,
Love
sir.
that. When I was a kid, I used to have packed lunches at primary school, and I'd have ham croissants. And then what I would do, here's the technique: I'd get McCoy's cheese and onion and put them in the croissant as well. A ham, and honestly, beautiful. Beautiful.
I didn't want a chip sandwich. I loved the chip sandwich as a kid. Loved it.
Chip butties, all day.
Yeah. There's this bakery like right by where I live, Charlie. I'll go there and like take pictures and like I email them to you. But it's like they do like those things. It's like a croissant, and they'll fill them with like exactly what you said and exactly what Kieran said, like cheese and ham and mushroom and beef or whatever. Like it's mad. It's probably similar to
what, Charlie, you might think this is weird, but I'm glad that didn't land on Domino's or anything, because I don't eat cheese and I've never ever had a pizza.
There you go.
I know it's scary, but that's the truth. Never had a pizza. And I love the smell of them. My boy gets them, and I look at them. I like the look of them. I love the smell of them. I can't eat one. And not because I've got any affliction to bloody cheese or dairy products. I just don't like cheese, so I won't eat one. And I want to.
I can respect that, because I do say, and I say this a lot, and it gains hate, but I do think cheese is overrated. I think people overrate cheese.
That's what Fever was saying too the other night, wasn't he? Fever was saying the exact same thing the other night.
I do think cheese is overrated, so I respect that, but never having a pizza is a positive. So if you go into an Italian, you're getting like a pasta dish.
Yeah, or I like what do I like? A scallopini, you know, the veal, mushroom veal.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, I respect that.
So does the scallopini come with like a cream sauce or like a tomato sauce?
Like a cream sauce. It's champignon. It's not a champignon scallopini, I think they call it here. Like creamy mushroom sauce with veal. I'll have some of that.
I'll have some of that because I love me a cream of mushroom soup, man. I might have one just now because I'm hungry now. Yeah, like yes,
I do have that effect on people. I'm sorry.
When Charlie's finished, everyone in the chat is hungry, and they all have to dive off to takeaways, mate.
The amount of times I finish shows with people and they go, "Oh, I'm really hungry now."
CW should be sponsored by every takeaway in the world from his watch along, because everyone jumps out straight after and go get some.
This is the problem. This is why I eat food usually when I'm on a show or before a show, is because I know I'm going to end up talking about food and I'll get hungry otherwise. Before this, I just had 3 Weetabix. I had 3 Weetabix and some toast, so I'm good. I won't eat again today, but so I'm not hungry at all. But I can appreciate every time I talk to people, they do get hungry. I don't know why. But you know, it's what it is.
You done it to me the other day, Joe. What was I watching you there? You fucking sitting there. Your chicken korma just got delivered, right? You had your poppadoms, right? And I'm sitting there, fucking hell. I haven't eaten yet. I'm starving then. I'll go, fuck you, CW. I'll go and fucking find something to eat.
Wasn't that was on Rand? That was here, wasn't it? I think it was.
The poppadoms, the chicken korma.
It was the post show. It was the post show, yeah.
And you know the annoying thing is, Charlie, is in Australia, Indians are hit and miss. Now, when I lived in East London, mate, there was just a plethora of great Indian restaurants to go to, right? All over East London. Great. I used to go to Brick Lane before it became trendy. When you'd eat them with your hands, you know, with some roti or a paratha. And I used to love it. But here they're hit and miss. And when I see you with a curry, I go, oh, God, I could do it.
See, this is what you've got to do, because we moved here in October, and there's an Indian literally just there, and it's so good. So good. And it's so, and I don't, and it go, and we get, and I get, well, I get Indian. My girlfriend's from Indian food, but I'll get it, and I'll get it delivered. And bless, I should just go and get it from there because it's literally there.
Like 2 steps away from him,
bro. He literally just walks across the road and hands it to me. He's like, "There you go." And I'm like, "Cheers, bro." I don't like. They probably don't mind too much because I'm paying for the delivery and then they're just walking for 2 seconds. So it's actually probably more beneficial money wise for them to do that. But like, I should just go ahead and walk across there. But yeah, he literally just comes up the bar, hands it to me, and I'm like, "Cheers, bro." And then I see him wander back into the shop. But it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful. Living that close to a banging Indian is.
You're living the dream, homeboy.
It's very good. Peshwari naans on lock. You don't even know about a bucket load. Oh, that's beautiful.
You know, when you go with the breads, I was a big naan fan, you know, at the beginning of my curry career. But then I went into the paratha, a lovely paratha. You know, the fried bread that you put on. Mate, I love that. Just loved it.
I've gone to the stage now
there
where I
used to be
will
a curry house right opposite the West Ham ground, right opposite the Boleyn. There was a curry house there in Green Street that I used quite a bit. That was good. That was a nice one. But
you like a mulligatawny soup, Karen?
It's not because I'm not a big eater. So it's hard for me to have a big entree to my meal. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'd rather just have a main. I'll just have the main, and that's it with the bread and the poppadoms. Otherwise, if I have a big soup before, I don't think I'd get through it. You know.
But the secret with the mulligatawny, and it sounds insane, but it's the secret. You get a wedge of lemon, and you put the lemon in the mulligatawny. I don't know what it does. But it's like 1.21 gigawatts going back into the future. It's nuts. It is madness. And a mulligatawny, a butter chicken tikka masala, onion bhaji, naan. Raita. I love Raita. I don't know why I love Raita so much, but I love it. The cucumber yogurt. I love that, man.
I used to go, when I was living in East London, I'd always get I went on to a lamb dopiaza, which is like an onion.
That's the onion one. It has all the onions in it and shit, doesn't it? Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, that's a good curry. Well, I haven't had a bad curry. Honestly, I have not had a bad curry. Like, yeah, I haven't. Even the vegetarian ones, when they have like the chunks of cheese and the tofu and thing in it, like I'll eat them. Like chana masala and all them
first
things.
half of lockdown, I was going big on the vegetarian curries because first half of lockdown, before I moved here, I became accidentally vegetarian due to circumstances, and so I was eating a crap load of vegetarian curries. You're getting lots of sweet potato in there, stuff like that. Oh, it was good. It was real good.
Lentils, all them things.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
Yeah, nice, really nice.
Whereas now I've moved back here, I've turned into a heathen again, and I'm just chicken kormas for days. Let's go. Just chicken, bacon, whatever I can eat, get my hands on meat. No, I'm here.
And it's weird too because like I love a lamb curry, like a lamb buna. Oh my days, like put me into seventh heaven, lamb buna. But it's weird because a lot of Indians, and Jazz will probably tell you this, a lot of Indians, they really don't eat curries with meat in them. They eat like it's normally just like vegetarian curries. And like it's that's why when you look on an Indian menu, it says like, you know, the curries, and then it says the meat curries. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, the vegetarian curries, like absolutely to die for, man. Like that's what I'm saying. I've never had a bad curry. Never, ever, man.
I've had a few average ones here, mate. Unfortunately, so yeah, I don't eat as much. But yeah, it's hard to get a bad one back in East London. I don't think I ever had a bad one.
And Brick Lane is the spot. That is the spot. Like my dad grew up on Wood Lane, and it's like we used to go to Brick Lane to get the curries, and it would like whoa, it's and they're more if you like if you look into it like geographics and thing, it's more so like South Indian curries, like opposed to like North Indian curries. Like your North Indian curries are like your madrasses and your vindaloos, which are dope. But like more so like Brick Lane ways, it's like they'll do those, but they have like a South Indian like style about them. I don't know I don't know why, but yeah, they do, man.
Curry, it's just a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is. 100%. 100%.
Because I tell you, I watched a food vlog the other day about because it was about Brick Lane. This guy going to Brick Lane, and I just wanted the memory of Brick Lane as I knew it, right? And it was nothing like it. It's so trendy now, isn't it? And it's really these were just hovels where all the locals used to drink. You know, you just get a bowl in front of you with a bit of bread. That was it. And there was some really trendy, smart. And he went to a place called Chili something. I think it's really well known. He reckons it's probably the best curry he's ever had. And it was
I can imagine. There's a lot of peg places around there. Despite the gentrification, there is a lot of peg places around there, to be fair.
Oh, no,
yeah,
but it's like hipster things now. It's like the cool kids like going to like for a curry and that. Like it's like there's a lot of like hipster places like around them ways there now still, but they still have hidden gems. Like
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of places like I mean, flipping.
Oh no.
There's parts of Hackney now which are proper posh, and you're like,
is it?
not posh, but like fancy. But you're like, my gosh, it's like there are parts of places that used to be. Even from just my age, even just in my age, I'm only 27, and there's even from times where when I used to go there when I was a kid, where they were like absolute hovels, and now you look at it and you're like, oh my god, this is proper fancy. It's like
shops everywhere. Like there's a Conference here, Starbucks there. Like it's like what? Like,
No, it shocks me being away for so long that these places I know. Basically, most of them were shells. You know what I mean? Brick Lane was shell already. It was an all right. I lived in Aldgate for a while. Right, I was about a 4-minute walk to Tower Bridge where I lived. So I used Brick Lane and Petticoat Lane. You know what I mean? It was a rough old Yeah. We used to drink in Whitechapel Road. But now, just seeing these guys, I'm seeing it from there. You know, things have changed. Really, Shoreditch was a real rough industrial sort of area. Now that's gone up.
Shoreditch is proper fancy. Yeah, I go there relatively often. It's kind of fancy. It's weird, man. It's I guess it's just what happens, isn't it? But it is very weird. It is like going somewhere where I was a kid, where like when you'd go there when I was younger, and it's like you wouldn't dare go there during the night, and now you're just happy to wander through there at like 4
It's a bird. Yeah,
it's just odd. It's just odd, especially like. But yeah, I mean, it's just like that.
Are these places, because they've been gentrified? Like, are they the sort of local customer base now? Is that coming from all over London? Is that what's changing? The people that are visiting
some places like Brick Lane. Brick Lane gets a lot of touristy now. Brick Lane, where you get like a lot of people who are coming here. Like it'll say in the guidebooks, "Oh, you should go Brick Lane," blah 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 blah. And so you'll go there, and like there's certain parts of it, where it is like you walk through it, and it's almost like being in. I don't know. It's almost like being in Soho to an extent. You know how Soho, like Soho feels. Obviously, it has elements of seediness, but like at the same time, it's like you will just see tourists about in the area because it's just in Soho. You know, that's where you go. And there's areas where it reminds you a lot of that, where it's like it's kind of fancy. You just see loads of people there who are just like clearly tourists. You're like, this is so wild compared to what it used to be. But it's like that. It's like that in a lot of places.
Wow.
It's just
I worked in Soho. Not in that way, Pete.
Oh no, are you sure? Okay, well, I don't know. I could see you outside the shop bringing the people in. I could see you.
We built a couple of buildings there, right in the middle of Soho, and it is that. But it did have the vibe around that area, even though it had that seedy sort of side to it. Then, say back in the early '80s, you know, had a seedy side to it, but it had a great vibe of tourism, and people. It was buzzing. The whole area.
I used to go there all the time as a kid because my dad would go to
the Notting shop.
Sister Ray, the record shop in the middle of it. That's just off Oxford Street on one of the roads you come down to go into like Soho proper. So we would get off the tube at Piccadilly Circus and then come up through Soho and go to all the different small record shops in there. So I used to go there all the time. But it was one of those things where like, again, there's even parts of that which like feel really touristy now that didn't when I was a kid even.
Wow.
It's just kind of weird, but like
because I remember working on that job in Soho. We saw a lot of movie stars walking about there. There must be a lot of agents there or production companies there for music and stuff and films, because I remember seeing Peter Sellers there. And Bernie Winters. You wouldn't remember him, Charlie, would you?
I know who he is. I wasn't around at the time, but I do know who he is. Yeah.
Useless, but I remember seeing him, and Peter Sellers was a big name at the time, and you see a lot of movie stars around there walking about. So.
I love that. I love when me and my girlfriend first met. We've been together over a decade now. We got together when I was 15 and she was 16.
Wow!
But like. And we took a 2-year break in the middle, but we've been together basically the entire time. But when we first got together, we used to go West End a lot. Us and all of our friends, we'd go to West End a lot, but we would go to all of those places like in and around Soho area as well. And it's just such a I love it around there, man. I really do. Even now when it's got like slightly more fancy in places, I still love going around there. It's proper like lively. You know what I mean? It's really alive.
I love the West End, man. I think my battery's just about to die, chaps. It's just giving me a warning.
When I was last in Soho, all I remember, because it was like spring, summertime, and I just remember there being like pubs with like patios outside, like, and you just walk through to like this way, that way, this way. And there's pure patios where people just like sitting there having a drink. It was like. It was really touristy, but it was also local at the same time. But it was like, it felt vacationy. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
It does. I know what you mean.
Yeah. All right, we signing off, and then we'll hopefully we'll get to talk tomorrow after we beat Liverpool.
Big plays. Big plays.
You know what? You go on.
Go you West Ham. We never know your luck, do we? We never know luck this season.
We're gonna do him in. We're gonna do him in. We're gonna Charlie. Are we gonna do him in?
We're doing him in.
Charlie, are we gonna do him in?
Lucas said my new catchphrase: deploy the boys, get them going. Let's go, get him in there. Come on.
Love it. Yo, Charlie, we're gonna end with this. Yo, first off, like up there, Hammers. Come on, you irons. Yeah.
Come on, you irons.
Let's go. Come on.
All right. Let's go.
So, DJ Khaled, how would you describe Charlie Walsh?
Legend.